what we're gonna do, because it's a cadence that works for me because of life and other things that I have to do. What we're gonna do is try to do something like this, a stream that has maybe a little bit of something for everything on the first week or the first Friday of every month, and we'll try to stick to that cadence. That seems like it'll hopefully work. Um, yeah. So we'll start out maybe with something a little bit philosophical, if I have something like that, and then go into, some news that I find interesting or, quirky, and then maybe a little bit of gaming, because, I enjoy that. Anyways, so what I was thinking about this week is actually, I think a couple of weeks back, I watched a video. I'm going to turn this off, because last time I tried doing it with this, well, one of the times I tried doing this stream with that on, and it was not, the audio was goofy. Anyways, a couple of weeks back, I had watched, I think, a video by Amal Epinobi. Not sure exactly how long ago. Maybe a month. I'm not sure. But they were talking about that series that had come out, Incel, right? There was a whole thing about that where they were. The problem wasn't the thing itself. It wasn't the series itself. It had more to do with the idea that I think they were trying to present it as like a documentary almost. Like, this is something that's really important. We need to show this to all the kids. But in reality, it is kind of an abstraction, right? It's a product perhaps more of imagination rather than like a logical or like a documentary or a like a logical extrapolation. And the problem is that you can lend too much credence to what is effectively something like that, like a work of imagination rather than documentary or a logical extrapolation. And there's problems with this, where you have abstractions, top of abstractions, and this is a thing that exists in your mind rather than something that exists in reality, but you're treating it like it exists in reality. The enwizened ones of, history and perhaps present day even, I think sometimes have a hard time grasping this. There's a sweet spot where your ambitions correlate to your ability, right? So, to some extent, we are capable as humans of analyzing factors and making extrapolations based off of those, predicting the future. Right? Catching a baseball when it's thrown at you is an analyzation of factors and an extrapolation in order to act on what will happen, most probably. But there's a point where you're no longer just analyzing factors, you're analyzing the combination and recombination of factors into new factors and, to the umpteenth power. So it feels like there is a point which you can no longer effectively predict the future. There's a point past which you can no longer effectively predict the future, and the thing you have in your head, it's a point past which it's basically like you're no longer making a logical extrapolation. You're taking a self-absorbed pot shot at infinity. I call it the thousand-year Reich syndrome. There's probably a word for it, but yeah, honestly, it feels like the enlightened ones, people who are very, very smart, maybe have a tendency to ascribe too much meaning to their theories of what the future will look like. Take perhaps the mania surrounding things like global warming. For the record, I'm going to guess that global warming is to some extent real, but you're effectively talking about a future that may come to pass and a problem that may exist in that future and a solution that may work to fix that problem. But we have to implement this solution that may fix this problem that may exist in a future that may come to pass. We have to implement this solution right now. Like the whole idea of fixing problems that may exist with solutions that may work, it's kind of stepping out on the proverbial limb. Um, and it feels like it's not always a great idea. The future, it's never exactly as we imagine it. And the further out you get, it's going to be less and less probably what you imagine. And quite often, it's less sensational. important to recognize your own limits and recognize when this is a thing that either does or will probably exist versus the thing that exists in my head to some extent. I think it's important to recognize the difference there. Anyways, moving on to a little bit of quirky news and whatnot out of Australia. Man suffers horrific injuries after jacked 6-foot kangaroo puts him in a headlock and batters him. In Australia, farmers. I've heard kangaroos are really nasty, honestly, or can be. To be fair, they're one of the few things that probably. Well, do they walk on back legs? They jump on their back legs, anyways, right? An Australian cattle farmer has unveiled his gnarly injuries after being attacked by, yep, you guessed it. I'm pretty sure a high schooler or maybe a millennial wrote this. Gnarly injuries, jacked 6-foot kangaroo. I don't know. Yep, you guessed it, a kangaroo. Grisly incident happened on his land in the Bungawab in New South Wales back in 2018, according to the 60-year-old Adrian Stock. The 6-stone marsupial was initially provoked by his dogs, Tenterfield Terrier, Rhodesian Ridgeback, and Bull Arab. I don't know if that's the name or the breed. Okay, so it is the breed, alright. That sounds racist. Alright. A gallery of photos was recently shared on its Wildlife Tour Facebook page showing Stock's bloodied head and bodily scarring from the violent encounter he had. Huh. I lived on the farm for further 5 years and had 3 dogs all the time. All of a sudden, they took off the paddock chasing a large rogue kangaroo. I ran after them as the kangaroos can easily gut a dog. Oh, I didn't know they were that. But also, I don't love my animals attacking wildlife. Pooches. The choice of words here is still a little bit interesting for an article, a news article. Anyway, caught up with his pooches who'd cornered the kangaroo in shallow water and began shouting and waving his arms in the air to draw his attention. Its attention. Got way more than he bargained for, though, as this bouncing interloper. Okay, I like it, actually. This bouncing interloper immediately recognized him as its main threat, turned to me and grabbed me by the head with its front claws, and then kicked me. It's terrible, but it sounds hilarious. Imagine it. Kicked him in the belly with its back legs and knocked me to the ground in the water. The kangaroo was under a lot of stress, and I wanted to get the dogs off him. At the moment, a man drove past, and I borrowed his walking stick and flailed it at the dogs to get them off because they were in a frenzy, and dogs get crazy when they're on the hunt. Kangaroos are very tough animals, and it took about 5 minutes to finally get the dogs off it and send them home. According to the farmer, at this point, he and the kangaroo were both exhausted. Stock had suffered several cuts across his head and scalp, plus a long claw slice along his stomach. Huh. I've been left scarred for life, and this cuts on my head with a couple of inches per claw were mainly scratches, but their claws are really sharp. Yeah, crazy. Lesson learned, don't mess with kangaroos. They're mean. Okay, here's something different. I want to look up the idea of cricket because it's a sport which is weird. One of my brothers was talking about it. Apparently, you can hit the ball in any direction from that center thing there. Okay, so we're going to look at this a little bit just to see. I guess I haven't looked through it. Maybe it's going to be completely boring, but, it feels like European sports in general are strange, but maybe that's just an American's perspective. Like, rugby is kind of its own thing. Football is kind of the only one that's, like, football is the only one that's kind of straightforward, it seems like. Cricket is a ball game played between two teams of 11 players on a field at the center of which is a 22-yard, 20-meter, 66-foot pitch with a wicket at each end. comprising two balls, small sticks, bales, small sticks balanced on three stumps. Two players from the batting team, a striker and a non-striker, standing in front of either wicket holding bats. I'm gonna guess that dude's the umpire since he's not dressed up like the rest of them. Maybe? I don't know. One from the fielding team, then a bowler bowls the ball towards the striker's wicket from the opposite end of the pitch. Striker goal is to hit the bowled ball with the bat and then switch places with the non-striker. So, oh goodness gracious. So I'm thinking that I've maybe from my brother's description they were running back and forth, scoring runs until whatever gets back. With a bat, and then switch places with non-striker, with the batting team scoring 1 run for each of these exchanges. Runs are also scored when the ball reaches the boundary of the field or when the ball is bowled illegally. Huh. It's better than walking, actually. That would be a good thing to do, honestly. If you walk the batter, especially in like major leagues, it feels like keep people from trying to purposely walk batters. The fielding team aims to prevent runs by dismissing batters, so they are out, striking them out, I think. No. Being dismissal can occur in various ways, including being bowled when the ball hits the striker's wicket and dislodges the bails, and also by the fielding side, either catching the ball after it is hit by the bat but before it hits the ground, so that's kind of like baseball, or hitting a wicket with the ball before the batter can cross the crease line in front of the wicket. When 10 batters have been dismissed, the inning. So 10 outs, wow. And the inning ends. Maybe I'm not understanding this either. But the inning ends, the teams swap roles. Forms of cricket range from traditional test matches played over 5 days to the newer 2020 format, also known as the T20, which teams bats for single innings of 20 overs. And the game generally lasts 3 to 4 hours. Is that pretty long for a sporting match? Anyways. Traditionally, cricketers play in all-white kit. Yeah. White is right. Anyways, yeah, well, I think we'll be done for today. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please press the like button. Again, we're going to try to do this the first Friday of every month. For the record, I think this is, I know this is not the first Friday of this month, but, you know, it'll try to be the pattern. Anyways,